Perhaps nowhere in the region is the issue more pertinent than in Colombia, where a recent free trade deal signed with the US has raised serious concerns about the country's record on anti-union violence. Earlier, I spoke to the Vice President of Colombia, Angelino Gazon, himself a former union leader who's also a candidate for Director of the International Labour Organization. I asked him if Colombia had got away without meeting its obligations to protect union workers.
Bueno, el Tratado de Libre Comercio firmado entre
The free trade agreement that was signed between Colombia and the United States is a voluntary agreement between two equal countries. It's a commercial agreement that favors both communities, both countries, and the economy in Colombia. Colombia has been asked to also sign a specific clause that talks about human rights and rights for unions and workers. Investors in the American society and the American government can monitor the development of human rights in the same way the Colombian government and Congress can ask the United States to respect the rights of its workers.
Right, but there's no conditionality. The number of union activists being killed could increase this year, but the free trade agreement will continue. There's no leverage anymore. There's no pressure. The pressure is off.
No, al contrario, Colombia es un país en progreso.
It's the opposite. Colombia is a country that is progressive. It's an example to everyone else. We have lived through 62 years of violence, and we have good labor conditions now. We are asking for all the rights of all political activists and religious workers to be respected. We have developed an economy respecting human rights and giving more democracy to the country and growing in social and economic terms. We are steadfast in our policy to fully respect the human rights and defending human rights in society. We are protecting the activities of union leaders and all the human rights activists in politics. So we will reduce the violence against unions and people that work for unions. We are trying to consolidate Colombia as a country that gives democracy and protects human rights.
Can you see why some feel it's strange that the vice president of a country that leads the world in the killing of trade union activists should be running to become Director General of the International Labour Organization?
Bueno, en el país no existe ninguna violencia institucional contra los trabajadores.
In this country, there is no institutional violence against workers. We protect workers and we protect people who own companies. We protect unions and all the workers and the institutions of democracy. And we give people the right to get into unions and organize collectively. When the president presented my candidacy, he was trying to send a message to the international community that we're taking a stand in Colombia, trying to respect human rights and industry. Obviously, because of my experience and knowledge, I am capable of running the ILO. I was a union leader for 22 years, and now I have responsibilities in the government. So I can deal with both local and international issues. I know the world of workers, and I know the people who run the company.